Every time you open an app, search for information, or make a purchase online, something invisible is happening in the background. Small pieces of information are being recorded, analyzed, and stored. Most people never notice this process, yet it has quietly become one of the most powerful forces shaping the modern digital world. Data collection is no longer limited to a few websites or services. It exists everywhere. Smartphones, social media platforms, shopping apps, navigation tools, and even smart devices inside homes are constantly gathering information. These systems are designed to observe behavior, learn preferences, and adapt to users in ways that feel convenient and effortless. At first glance, data collection seems harmless. It helps apps run smoothly, improves recommendations, and saves time. But convenience often hides complexity. Behind every personalized suggestion and targeted feature lies a system that continuously watches how people interact with technology. Every digital action leaves a trace. Clicking a link, watching a video, scrolling through a feed, or spending extra time on a post all create signals. Individually, these signals may appear meaningless, but when combined, they form detailed behavioral patterns. Over time, these patterns reveal interests, habits, routines, and even emotional responses. One of the most common ways this information is gathered is through tracking technologies built into websites and apps. These systems remember previous activity and recognize users across multiple sessions. This allows platforms to build long-term profiles rather than temporary snapshots. The longer someone uses a service, the more detailed that profile becomes. Location data adds another layer of insight. Many devices constantly record where users go, how often they travel, and how long they stay in specific places. This information can reveal daily routines, work schedules, and lifestyle choices. When analyzed over time, location data becomes one of the most sensitive forms of personal information. Beyond automatic tracking, users often share information willingly. Sign-ups, surveys, feedback forms, and preference settings ask for details that appear simple and harmless, yet each answer contributes to a growing data profile. Even small choices, such as selecting interests or agreeing to optional features, add valuable insights. Once collected, data rarely sits unused. Companies analyze it to understand behavior and predict future actions. These predictions influence what content people see, which products are promoted, and how services are designed. Data is used to shape experiences in subtle ways that often go unnoticed. Advertising is one of the clearest examples. Personalized ads are created based on browsing habits, searches, and past interactions. The goal is not just to sell a product, but to present it at the exact moment someone is most likely to respond. This level of targeting is only possible because of extensive data analysis. Beyond advertising, data is used to forecast trends and decisions. Companies try to anticipate what users will do next, how long they will remain engaged, and what might cause them to leave. These predictions guide business strategies, pricing models, and content algorithms. In many cases, data determines which voices are amplified and which are ignored. Data does not always remain with a single company. Information is frequently shared, exchanged, or sold to third parties. These third parties gather data from multiple sources and merge it into larger data sets. Once combined, the information becomes far more powerful and far more difficult to control. At this stage, individuals often lose visibility over their own data. It becomes unclear who has access to it, where it is stored, and how long it will be kept. Even if someone stops using a service, their data may continue to exist elsewhere, circulating through complex digital networks. This widespread collection and sharing introduce serious risks.
One of the most dangerous is the possibility of large-scale data exposure. When vast amounts of information are stored in centralized systems, they become valuable targets. History has shown that even well-resourced organizations can fail to protect sensitive data. When personal information is exposed, the damage can extend far beyond a single incident. Identity misuse, financial harm, and long-term privacy loss are real consequences. Information that once seemed unimportant can suddenly become dangerous when combined with other exposed data. Another concern is long-term surveillance. Continuous data collection allows organizations to observe behavior over extended periods. This raises important questions about privacy, consent, and autonomy. When people know they are being watched, even indirectly, it can influence how they behave and what they choose to express. For everyday individuals, this is not just a technical issue. It affects personal security, digital freedom, and trust. The systems that promise convenience also demand access. Understanding this trade-off is essential in a world where digital services are deeply integrated into daily life. Awareness is one of the most effective forms of protection. Being mindful of permissions, reviewing privacy settings, and questioning what information is truly necessary can reduce exposure. While it may be impossible to avoid data collection entirely, informed choices can limit unnecessary risks. Education plays a critical role. The more people understand how data systems operate, the better equipped they are to navigate them responsibly. Knowledge transforms passive users into active participants who can make decisions with intention rather than habit. The dark side of data collection doesn't mean technology is the enemy. It means systems must be understood, questioned, and handled with care. Data has power, and power requires responsibility. When users become aware of how their information is used, they reclaim a measure of control. In a digital world driven by information, privacy is not something that disappears overnight. It erodes slowly, often unnoticed. Recognizing this process is the first step toward protecting what remains. Awareness does not eliminate risk, but it restores balance. Understanding how data is collected and used is no longer optional. It is part of living in a connected world. The future of digital freedom depends not only on technology itself, but on how consciously it is used.
As we move deeper into the digital age, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. Data is power. Every click, every search, every online interaction adds another layer to the invisible profile being built around us. The convenience we enjoy today comes with a hidden cost, one that is often paid without our full awareness or consent. The most dangerous part of data collection is not just that it exists, but that it has become normal. We scroll, tap, and agree without reading, trusting systems we barely understand. Over time, this habit creates a world where privacy slowly fades, not because it was taken by force, but because it was given away piece by piece. What makes this even more concerning is how quietly it happens. There are no alarms, no warnings, no obvious signs. Data is collected in the background while life moves forward on the surface. And by the time people realize how much has been gathered, it is often too late to take it back. This doesn't mean technology itself is the enemy. Digital tools have brought incredible benefits, from global communication to instant access to information. But power without accountability is dangerous. When data is collected without transparency and used without clear limits, it creates an imbalance between individuals and the systems that watch them. The question we must ask is not whether data collection will stop. It won't. The real question is whether people will remain passive or begin to demand awareness, choice, and control.
Privacy should not be a luxury, it should be a basic right in the digital world. Small changes can make a difference. Being cautious about permissions, questioning what information is truly necessary, understanding that free services often come at the cost of personal data. These actions may seem minor, but collectively they matter. More importantly, conversations like this matter. Awareness spreads through knowledge. When people understand how data works, how it's collected, and how it's used, they are no longer easy targets. They become informed users instead of silent products. The future of the Internet is still being written. Whether it becomes a space of freedom or control depends on how much attention we pay today. Technology should serve humanity, not quietly monitor it. The dark side of data collection is real, but awareness is stronger than ignorance, and understanding is the first step toward protection. Because in a world powered by data, protecting your privacy is not paranoia, it is self-defense.